What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Stimulus Checks No EID Loans. This is Saturday, April the 18th, 2020. And before we get started, check out these rose bushes. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? Gorgeous. All right, without further ado, here we go. 1.6 million small businesses have gotten funding from the EIDL or the PPP loan in the last week. That's the good news. The bad news, we have 30 million small businesses in the United States, which means that 95% of the people that need the money are not getting the assistance. And I'm talking about the freelancers, the gig economy, the bartenders, the waiters, the waitresses, and guys, of course, like myself. I have a couple of employees. I generate far less than $10 million a year in revenue. I'm waiting 17 days now, right alongside many of you, no money. And then we find out that the average loan on the PPP is $213,000. Now think about that for a sec. Are you getting 213 grand in a loan? Hell no. You're going to be lucky to get $2,000 or maybe $20,000 based on the size of your business. So it's crystal clear to me that the big banks, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Chase, they've taken care of the fat cats. Probably the companies that have huge credit lines, massive commercial mortgages, and they've left the little guy and the little gal, at least for now, out in the cold. Doesn't surprise you though, does it? So we may have come to a point where if you have children, maybe you've got elderly parents, you may have to file for unemployment. Many of you have already. It's $1,000 a week, $400 from the state, $600 from the federal government. There are 29 states, soon to be 50, that are already paying out that program. Don't be prideful. I don't have a wife and children. I am not going to take the unemployment benefit, even though I could. I'm saving it for other people, perhaps you. But don't let what other people are going to say hold you back. This is an unprecedented shock to the system. You must step forward and say, I need help. I'll take the $1,000. I don't feel good about that as a small business owner, especially if you're a man. I understand, believe me, I do. It's a blow to the ego. You want to be able to stand up and fight on your own and not have to ask for help. But if the government's not going to get it together and fast, and your small business is going down in flames, you got to do what you got to do to protect yourself, your business, and your family. But I want to leave you with a rant. And I know I speak on behalf of many of you that are watching, so stick with me. Full disclosure, I have voted Democrat and Republican in my life. I'm an ideas man. I don't care what party you come from. I don't care what the color of your skin or your sexual persuasion. None of that matters to me. All that matters to me is, do you have an idea that makes sense? Do I think you're going to serve the greater good if I give you my vote? If the answer is yes, you've got it. But you may have seen in the last 48 hours, Nancy Pelosi went on late night TV and did something that I think is atrocious. But she knew exactly what she's doing. And here's what I mean. I won't name the name of the show because I don't want to get censored. You'll find it all over Twitter and YouTube. But she went on a really late show. And she's standing in front of a fridge. And I know the fridge line. It's a massive dual fridge. It's $24,000 a piece. And you can find the name if you go on Twitter. And she's standing in an $8 million house. And I don't begrudge wealth creation. The more money you make, Warren Buffett's a good example, the more money you can give away. He's given away his entire fortune. God bless him. But here she is in her $8 million house, standing in front of a gigantic $24,000 fridge. And she proceeds to tell the host, as she reaches down into a freezer drawer, how she just loves this $13 a pint chocolate ice cream. You're talking about $50 a gallon Most families would never, ever be able to afford that. And I don't know about your freezer, but I'm lucky if I've got 1 or 2 pints. She had about 20 pints of the highest of high-end chocolate ice cream. But here's what really gets me going. She knew what she was doing. If Nancy would have went into a modest corner of her house and sat there and told you how she's working with Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer around the clock, because guess what? She is. She's at home, I guarantee, working nonstop so she can take credit along with the Democrats for the next $250 billion to come. But if she sat in the corner and told you that, you'd fall asleep. You'd change the channel. That's not good for ad revenue. So what does she do? She goes in front of the camera. She stands in front of a fridge as big as a house. And she reaches into the drawer to tell you about a chocolate ice cream that most of us will never put on our tongue. Never in our entire lives, because we can't afford $13 a pint. But what happened? That story went around the world in about 3 seconds. It was all over the Twitter sphere. So Nancy and her egomaniacal self, just like Trump and everybody else in Hollywood, got what they're looking for. Exposure, controversy, and most importantly, the almighty dollar, ad revenue. Everybody wins. So don't kid yourself. When it comes to trying to fix this thing we call COVID-19, when it comes to trying to fund another $250 billion, and that's probably not going to be enough, they're all working their ass off behind the scenes. Every single one of them. Because they want to take credit, they want to save their own ass come November. But that doesn't sell with the public. They've got to figure out how to enrage guys like you and me. And if you're not careful, they're going to win. They're going to succeed. Do me a favor, thumbs up if you appreciate this type of content. Smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you'll be alerted when I come out with at least 3 or 4 videos a week. And until next time, guys, hang in there. I'm thinking about you. I appreciate all your comments. And thank you very, very much for watching.